Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co host and co produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And as always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Ryan is going to be joining us in just a moment. For those who always like to have Ryan on, he says he doesn't have the link. So you know what I'm going to do? While we're in real time, I'm going to send it to him. But I'd like to say welcome, everybody. Looking forward to another epic conversation today. We have a special friend for about 15 minutes. That's it. She's got 15 minutes for us. So we're going to spend some other time later on in the conversation today about some other things, how you doing, etc. But let me just send this thing to Ryan, and then we will focus all our energies on her. All right, here we go. So as we get ready, today we have a special friend, and I met her a long time ago and reached out to her office a long time ago. And there's an old song called Finally It Happened to Me. So she's laughing in the background, so she knows what we're talking about. Finally, we have Arielle Kayabaga, chair of the Liberal Black Caucus on the Morning Vibe. She is with us for about 15, 20 minutes. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Vibe. It's good, right?
All right. Well, we had a little bit of an interruption there on the introduction because of the Wi-Fi, but we got you now. Good morning, Ryan Knight. What's going on?
Hey, I am good. It's a pleasure to have you on, MP Kayabaga, and always good to see you, Dr. Vibe.
Hi.
We can always catch up later. I want to hear from Arielle.
Yes, so let's go because she's got a limited amount of time. So Arielle, can you share a little bit about yourself to our family?
Absolutely. And I just want to start by saying thank you so much for having me this morning. I was just saying before the internet interrupted us that this is a really fun way to start the morning. So I'm overjoyed to be joining you on this channel. And for those of you who have not met me, my name is Arielle Kayabaga. Kayabaga is a Kirundi name. I'm the Member of Parliament for London West, and I'm joining you from London this morning. And I was elected in 2021. So I would say I've been on this job for about a year and some change. And wow, what a life-changing experience. Prior to that, I was a city councillor in the city of London for the downtown area. So I've been in this sort of like politics journey for a little while. And it's been, like I said, life-changing, a huge learning moment for me, a transformational journey for me and for my family and for my now 13-year-old who was, I think, 8 or 9 at the time. So that's me. I'm the chair of the Liberal Black Caucus, and I'm sure you all have heard all about the Black Caucus because it has been life-changing and game-changing in this country. I remember when I first heard about the caucus, it was at the beginning of it, like the genesis of it when it was starting. And I was a staffer actually, and I remember wanting to be part of it. And I think at the time they're still figuring out how they're going to work it out. But I had left Parliament when the caucus expanded to include staffers. So it was like a combination of elected officials that are Black, including Black staffers on the Hill and friends of the Black community to try and figure out what are the issues that the Black community is facing and how can the elected officials support them. Um, Prior to Black Caucus starting, we never seen the word African descendants in any budget tabling in Canada. And I'm sure, Dr. Vibe, you can tell me all about it because you've been around and you've seen it and you had never seen that before. And now we have gone past a lot of challenges. Of course, there's always still challenges. We've just experienced about 3 years of a global pandemic. And of course, our community is always disproportionately affected more than other communities. But I can say proudly that the work that the Black Caucus has done has seen a huge change in our country. And we are seeing our community take part in places that they've never taken part of before, and we innovate. We continue to innovate, right? Like just this year alone, when I became the chair, we started doing engagement with the Black media, where we hold roundtables and allow the Black media outlets to hold us accountable. And what that does for them, it gives them the opportunity to speak to the government, the opportunity to tell their community what we're doing, and also an opportunity to have a platform, a larger platform that creates that inclusivity that we look for in this country. So I know that's a big introduction,
It's okay.
Dr. Vi, but I'm excited to be here. And for your viewers who didn't know me before, now they know me as Arielle. Just Arielle, as the Arielle, the MP, the chair of Black Caucus, and Arielle, Noah's mom.
All right. Well, because your time is limited, we're going to zero right in about Black media. So, question for you right off the bat: is there any efforts or thoughts of the Black Caucus pushing the federal government to provide more funding for Black Canadian content creators slash Black media content producers?
Yes, and I think we've talked about this, right? That there's a fund that has been set aside specifically to do that. And the Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So the fund specifically is targeted to support media outlets of diverse background, including the Black community. And the purpose of it, like I just said, is that for a long time we've used the main platforms, and who runs the main platforms, and how do we do the inclusivity if we're not going to the diverse backgrounds and to diverse channels that many people are using to get their news from. And in the world today, especially post pandemic, where everybody's getting news from everywhere, I know people tend to have their specific area of trusted news. So
Mm-hmm.
you have a specific background of people that you're getting their voices. And I'll add this little funny joke into this, because my mom, who's lived here her entire life, I feel like she still listens to Burundian news. Like she still actively looks for Burundian news. So
Ah,
it shows the importance of really making sure that when we are communicating with our very diverse population, we need to be intentional about supporting diverse media, right? And
mhm.
this is where the idea came from. And so Black Caucus really does support it, and the fund has been set aside. We're just waiting to get the I would say the safeguards around how that's going to work, and then to see the deployment of that money begin to come out. But last year, I did mention that we started a roundtable for Black media. And this is one of the ways that we want to do this inclusion of giving Black media the opportunity to chat with us, but also to put Black media on a national platform. This was something that we had heard from people. People wanted this. They wanted to make sure that one, they have access to the government, and it's easy access, right? So, because some people don't have that easy access because of the way the system has worked, right? So, we want to continue to create that space for everyone to exist, and that's why we put aside that fund, and we've talked about it before. I think a couple of times. I'm looking forward to seeing the deployment of that, and the impact that it's going to have on our community in the media sector.
And really quick, I'm curious, what can we, the community, do to be engaged with this fund that's been put aside? Sometimes government moves quickly, and sometimes government moves really slowly. So, what can we do to stay engaged and make sure that this is top of mind so that the funds doesn't get stagnant and actually rolls out?
Yeah, that's a really, really great question. Every single time you raise this question, we raise it back to the top, and it's really important to continue to raise this question. I'm hoping that it won't be too long before we have an update for you on where we're at with that process. But also, if you did have any ideas or input on things that could work in the process of engaging with people, we would be more than happy to receive that information and share it across.
Arielle, you're reading my alleged mind, because you know I'm going to be keeping in regular contact with you now.
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely. And
all
you know what?
right.
It makes me happy to hear that, because it means that, one, we're doing our job. Two, we're keeping up to date ideas of how we can improve the work that we do. And I don't think anybody could wish for anything better than that.
Sweet, sweet.
Excellent. Excellent. I know you still got a few more minutes with us. Right now, what are some of the top level priorities for the Liberal Back Caucus?
So we are about to enter into a budget process. And so the Parliamentary Black Caucus, which is co-chaired by Michael Coteau and Senator Moody, alongside with our support, they conducted a budget process of budget consultation. The budget consultations have not really ended. We're still consulting. So if there are viewers that are watching right now and are thinking, oh my goodness, I missed out, you still have a little bit of time to submit something that we can look over and be able to advocate on your behalf.
How can they do that?
Oh, they can email me. So my name, as you see at the bottom there, Arielle, and you just add a little dot,
Actually, I can put
Kayabaga.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you can share my email, that
Yep.
would be great. And people can email us with that information. And if you did participate in the budget consultation, and perhaps still wanted to add something else, like, feel free to email me, because we're still having those conversations. We're still negotiating and talking on behalf of the Black community. Um, and we're looking to see another chat with the Black community on the budget, but in the meantime, I continue to be in different conversations with different people in my caucus, our colleagues, to just relay the most important things for the Black community. So that's the biggest thing right now. We're talking about budget and how we can make sure that we're not left out of the 2023 budget. And I think also, Black History Month is ending. It's also important to think about what are the ways that we can continue to put our issues on the forefront, and they're not only discussed and highlighted only in the 28 days that we get to celebrate our history, which is Canadian history. So that's what we're working on right now. And I've had so many conversations with so many Black Canadians across the country whose issues are very similar to all Canadian issues. Everybody's experiencing the inflation. Everybody's experiencing the the rise in cost of living, because of everything that we've gone through in the last 3 years. But most importantly, the impact that it has on our community that didn't just start experiencing this in the last 3 years. So housing is at the forefront for a lot of people. Food costs is at the forefront for a lot of people. Gas prices, all the things that every single Canadian across the country can talk about, is the same thing that Black Canadians are also talking about.
Okay, before we go any further, I'm only going to keep you on for another like 5 minutes maximum. Maximum. You said to give out your email address. I have a very engaged audience, so I just want to make sure I got clear. We have a very engaged audience, because once I put it out there, you're gonna get hit. So I just want to make sure you're okay.
It has to be, constructive in the emails that people send.
Yeah.
We will be good at, we're a small team, right? We're a small
Yeah.
team of 5, and I'm a member of Parliament for London West, so I do get a lot of emails from London West. I will do my best, but the most important thing is, if you want to be effective, you have to be an effective communicator. And if you're not an effective communicator, then it becomes
There you
really,
go.
really hard.
There you go, family.
And so, Arielle, I'm curious around, and I always bring it back to, like, what can community do to support the work that you're doing? So, and I'm not sure, did we lose Arielle?
I think she's frozen.
Oh.
I hope she comes back.
It might pop back in a sec.
Yeah, she's frozen at the moment, but everyone, thanks again.
There you go.
I think
Okay.
we just heard you, but
Can you hear us, Arielle? No, not at the moment. Yet. But there's her email address, family. She said it's okay. So
yes.
So hopefully we're gonna get her back. She may be having a minute or two. I think.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Ryan had one last question for you.
Yeah, we know the life and work of an MP is difficult. So bringing it back to what can community do to support the work that you're engaged in? Does it help for us to do town
Okay.
halls, maybe doing petitions? Like, what can we be doing on our side to support those mandates you talked about for the Black Caucus?
Um,
Yeah, her Wi-Fi is not great.
I mean, I would love to hear your. Can you hear me?
It's
I'm
choppy.
really trying to be here, but my internet is not being nice to me.
It's getting a bit better now.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the Wi-Fi on her end is okay. Arielle, can you hear us? Okay,
Oh,
Arielle, you know what? I'm gonna probably just put her out and have her hopefully come back in. Arielle?
Test.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. So just to answer Ryan quickly before the internet goes off again.
Which you
Yes,
just did.
I think
Okay, there we go.
No, it's
any
good.
form of engagement with us is really good. And I would love to take ideas on what you guys want to do. I thought the platform to engage with Black media was really great. And as a person who likes to continually
Okay.
Oh,
Arielle is
most of it.
yeah, so you know what? We're gonna just have her come out totally. If she comes back in, great. If not, no problem. Okay. All right. So if she can come back, great. If not, family, you've got her email address. It's been up for a few moments. So we're gonna let that up for a few moments. So a few things, because we were just really squeezing time to get Arielle on for as long as possible. A few quick things we forgot to say. Well, we didn't forget. We pushed it back today to just say, as always, you know what it is. This episode of The Morning Vibe is sponsored by the Macmillan Group, providing mortgage solutions one client at a time since 1999. Buying, refinancing, or investing. Call them in Canada at 905-813-4354. US 904-586-5636. So that is our Monday sponsor. Basically, it's our Monday sponsor. Oh, Arielle looks like she's coming back. Let's see.
Cool.
my back. Okay.
All
So
right.
just finishing my thought, and then
Yes.
I'm gonna have to head out.
Sure.
But as I was saying, town halls were not great during the pandemic. Ryan, I know you said something about town halls, but we can give them a try again. It doesn't hurt to give them a try again. And we recently, during Black History Month, we hosted an event through our Liberal Research Bureau, the day of the big night where everybody came to celebrate. That was really well received, and it was more of like a space where people could have conversation, network, and just chat quickly amongst ourselves and exchange contact, which is really always really good to be able to do that. And it was really well received. We got a lot of feedback that people want more of those kinds of events, and so we are taking that feedback and then figuring out ways to make it more palpable for the community. So any ways to be able to engage is good for us. And if you have ideas, Ryan, I'd love to hear them. But I do have to hop
No,
off
no
because
Yes,
problem.
no worries. And we will send that email. We appreciate
Yes.
you.
Okay. We're just gonna let her go. And let's do that. All right. So there we go. So we are going to have her back on as soon as possible. We have given out the email address. So that is that. And As you see, people, I went right for the Black media question right from the get-go. So didn't have a lot of time, so we want to make everything count. So let's do a little bit of roll call. Good morning, Neutronic Ibik.
Hey,
Good
I think
morning.
that's Ethan. He was one of the
And then there's Fitness
entrepreneurs that
IQ.
did-
Yeah. There's also Fitness IQ Cam was at the event on Saturday, which we're going to get to in a few moments. Christopher Lawrence, good day. He says, hello, Vibe and Night. Christopher says, great to see Ben over past weekend. Fabulous job. Yes. Christopher says, last but not least, Dr. Vibe, am I off the hook now? You're not off the hook till I get the cards in my hand. So there we go.
I thought he was going to bring them.
No. I had to add a little detail for him. So Natalie Wood.
Natalie, I'm a big fan of Natalie. Shout out to George Brown College downtown and the social entrepreneurship work that Natalie Wood does. And she's an amazing experiential artist. You have to check out some of her exhibits.
Oh, Natalie, why don't you come on the show? Why don't you come on the show? We'd love to have you on.
Yes.
Andre Smith, good morning. We've got email address. I know, Hayden, you had a question, but we did because of time and technology, we didn't get it. So I would suggest emailing Arielle. You have the email address. What else?
That was kind of touching on my question, where how do we keep the pressure on so that funds roll out? There's a few projects that got announced a year ago, and that's still on the shelf. So keep pressure.
Natalia King. I haven't seen and heard from you in a minute. Excellent. And Christopher says, and a grant writer professor. Yes, that is Mr. Knight, grant writer professor.
Right.
So we've been caught up with everything. So let's see. Natalie says, nice big up. Thank you. Always have to keep the pressure on. There you go, 100%. Natalie. So, Ryan, you had a little event on Friday and Saturday. Give us a little recap.
So it was our 4th annual ACBN Legacy Symposium. We were able to bring it back in person at Sheridan College at the Hazel McCallion campus. And really what we try to do with the symposium is bring information that can be actioned. So we had Dr. George Fraser the first day. Unfortunately, flight canceled, had to shift to virtual, still was able to deliver, and people enjoyed the content. I mean, I saw notebooks with pages and pages of notes taken. So sorry, you're going to say something?
No, so just asking, when did you find out his flight was canceled, and how much shifting did you have to do because of that?
It was a late evening figuring out the virtual feed in. It was that Thursday night, so the night before Friday. But and it wasn't even because of the weather. So the weather was already forecast to be freezing rain. So I was thinking it might get canceled because of that. Air Canada just had technical issues with the plane.
Oh, wow.
And then it became too late for him to drive up. So
yeah. Oh, that would have been quite the drive, though. Whoa.
Right. And you're driving into a storm, right? So
no. So, and Fitness IQ Cam is saying a little event. Don't do that.
Cam's got my back. Thank you, Camille.
Yes. She's got her emojis. And Christopher saying Natalie Wood is a grant writing professor. I didn't know.
Is she? Oh, okay.
Didn't know about that.
But go on about where the first day was focused on. So, of course, Power Networking. Dr. George Fraser invited us all to the Power Networking conference in August.
At what price?
$500 reduction for the ACBN. And hey, now that you are part of this family, it extends to the morning vibe. So if you're planning to go, it's usually $9.99. Now it's $4.99 US. So let's do the conversion, and we have to figure out how to get down there. So, but
Ryan is like Ryan's focus is he's gonna get there by any means necessary. We actually
because I said I was gonna go last year, and I totally missed it. So
well, Ryan and I had a conversation offline yesterday. We're going to propose something to Mr. Fraser. We're just gonna actually a few things. One of them. we did ask if he would come back on periodically on the morning vibe. Then we have a big ask of him that we're going to be doing. So we'll keep you up to date in regards to that. But it just in line with me, I like to do big ass. So that was great. Christian says the pitch competition was on point.
Okay, so that was day 2. So I haven't even gotten through day 1.
Okay, let's do day 1 first.
So day 1, we did have our first workshop with Tim Frey from Executive Power Up and Hospice Group, talking about implementing systems and processes into our businesses to make sure that the foundation is right so we can scale. He is leaning into AI. So he's like, listen, if you haven't engaged with AI, you are really being left behind. And I think that resonated with a lot of people that might not have known about ChatGPT, that are living literally under a rock, because that has totally taken the world by storm. But there's tens, even probably hundreds of AI-enabled tools that we should be engaging with to improve our productivity. And so we had our our lunch presentation from Alterna Savings, who is our marquee sponsor. So shout out to Jean Barrett and Susan Henry, who always support what ACPN does.
Was Susan there?
No, she was at a conference, I think in Ottawa.
No
she
problem.
had to be out of
No
town.
problem.
And in the afternoon, Chris Beth rocked the stage with the marketing focused presentation and workshop. Again, a lot of people taking notes. That we got a lot of great feedback from those that just enjoyed the presentation. So shout out to Chris Beth, who is the owner of Empowered for X, a place that has co-working space, virtual offices. So don't use your home address as your business address, and also supports with business operations, marketing, sales, and other supports. So definitely check out empoweredforx.com if you need support with your business. So that was day 1. So day 2 now, our keynote speaker was Brian Duarte, the founder of Black Tech Capital, a Black-owned, Black-run venture capital firm. He's also on the board now of the BBPA, so the Black Business and Professional Association, talking about his history as an entrepreneur from starting 8 years old and, selling golf balls, finding golf balls and washing them, selling them, to now running multi-million-dollar more like energy-focused tech companies. And now his fund actually focuses on clean tech. So great start to the day. Then our first presentation was from Andre Smith. I think I just saw him in the chat. Shout out to you, Andre. Really making sure we understand what financials are needed when we're going to go for this capital. So it was a great segue from learning about what capital exists. And then Brian touched on, like, listen, you have to have these things in order. And then Andre was able to dig into all the different elements of how to read our financial statements, how to get them prepared. So the morning, I would say, was really technical. When we talk numbers, it can get not stressing, but you have to a lot of brain power. I would say the second half was a bit lighter. During lunch, we were able to have Shirley Joseph from, oh my goodness, is it Chilean? But she is the co-founder of the Black Canadian Content Creators Network, Chanilla. Yeah, she mentioned her specific company, but yeah, she co-founded the Black Canadian Content Creators Facebook group. She's been organizing just Black talents, content creators in media, and was able to bring 10 to 12 to engage with our audience. So hearing them just present themselves on stage. And of course, Dr. Vibe, you're one of our marquee content creators that got to just explain why Black media is so important. And when Shirley turned to the content creators and said, listen, this is the media that will get your information, your business, to the audience that you actually need to sell to. That to me was an aha moment. I feel like we're forgetting the talent in the media that we already have in place. And that was just a sample. Shirley's been able to engage with close to 2,000 content creators, Black Canadian content creators. So if we're not tapping into this resource to market our businesses, we are definitely missing out. And I loved hearing the conversations at the table. So what we did, and Shirley came up with this, is similar to speed dating, but it was speed networking with the content creators. So they each started at a table as lunch was going on, and then every 5 to 10 minutes shifted to another table. So getting to introduce themselves pretty much to everybody in the room and making sure that they understand the type of content they create and see if there was any matches with the entrepreneur and what audience they want to get in front of to see if they can support them with that.
Okay. Well, let's just catch up because there's a pile of comments coming here. So Christopher Lawrence says Tim Frey was amazing.
Agreed.
Share Knight, someone that you know, Ryan, and I know a little bit too. I attended on Saturday and learned so much. Andre from Flip and Floss did a great presentation about business and finances. Fitness IQ Cam, one of the stars of the weekend. Great meeting everyone this weekend. She knows so many people. Share Knight says, morning all. Christopher says, Chris Beth Cowie, rock the house.
Right.
S. Rosanna Bullock, good morning all. Fitness IQ Cam, OMG, I just used ChatGPT yesterday and it's definitely a game changer. It is, but you got to be careful with it because a lot of people are just copying and pasting.
Nah,
you use it as a you have to put your personal, you get the information and personalize with it.
True.
I know, yes, there are some things it isn't going to be able to do, and also be careful because the information it's taken may be from other sources, and you don't want to be saying,
right.
Someone will say, oh, I saw that somewhere else.
Yes.
Tim Frey, morning everyone. Let's see what else we got here. Fitness IQ Cam, yes, Christmas, it was amazing. Tim Frey, I missed yours, but we'll catch the recap. Fitness says Andre, of course, because you used to co-host a show with him.
Yes.
Christopher Lawrence, Andre said Mr. Filmboss came with the heat. Big up, great job. Fitnet says I enjoyed speaking to most content creators. Did you enjoy speaking with me? Rosanna says, Dr. Vibe, thank you. First time here. Happy to thank you. Well, let's hope the first time is not our last time.
Yes, yes.
And Christopher says, Dr. Vibe had a great applause in the house when he was introduced. Continue what you do in partnership. I do my best.
100%.
I do my best. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I'm gonna plug what Shirley did in regards to the round table sets. I could only stay for 1 or 2 tables because I had to travel all the way back.
Right.
And this leads into how many things are going on in the Black constellation this weekend. Like,
absolutely,
it was a little bit overwhelming. Like, I had to travel all the way back across the city. I was concerned about being late. I was supposed to go online at 2:15 for the Black Entrepreneurs of British Columbia, where they were having their virtual event on the same day that ACPN was. Got 30 minutes early. They didn't start till 3 o'clock because they were having technical challenges. So I had time to relax.
Give you a bit of breathing room. Okay.
Yeah, that was going on. Keen on You Real Estate was having a wealth seminar on that Saturday afternoon. Also, the event that we weren't good enough to attend, the Black Diamond Ball
was also happening.
Sorry,
Keen on You is with Kemba and Andrea Williams.
Yes, Andrea Williams Peart.
Okay, hyphenated. Nice,
or Andrea Peart Williams. I don't know. Sorry if I covered my bases on both. But yeah, they did a great wealth seminar. So if I wasn't going to be at Ryan's event, it was I committed to the Black Entrepreneur of BC.
And there was also a mental health summit.
Yeah. Oh no. Yes.
Christensen.
Yeah, but then also on Saturdays, the Black Physicians of Ontario had their 14th annual symposium.
It was heavy. It's a heavy one.
So you can't be City Pulse. You can't be everywhere.
Exactly.
So I understand. And of course, it was the last weekend of the month of Black History Month. But maybe and I'm just putting it out there to everyone. Yes, you want to do things in Black History Month, but what about doing something outside of Black History Month where you have less less clutter? Let me just put it that way.
Right.
So that was, Fitness IQ. I'm not a celebrity like you all. No, I don't know. When I saw you people were just, oh. And she goes, so many events this weekend. Absolutely. And then Chris says, Ryan, not sure you're seeing what your vision to assist small business is doing, but keep the good times rolling, big brother. There you go.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there were so. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when I was speaking at the end, I was really hoping to make sure the audience knows there's no success without their presence. Like the fact that even people come on this show and watch and be with us here, coming to these events, you are pulling them away from something else that they could be doing and giving that value to say, is it worth their time to leave their house? The snowstorm hit again Saturday morning.
Yes.
It's like and you have every excuse to say, you know what, I'm just going to chill today. But people still came out full room, engaging, and hearing that it was worth their while. That is what means the world to me, because the team that ACBN has that's able to put this
Absolutely.
on.
Shout them out. Shout them out.
This event does not happen without Charmaine Hussey. I have to give her a big shout out. I mean, Chris Beth, of course, Sophia, Nicola, Derek. Derek was the videographer for the entire event, streaming it. It doesn't happen. So as much as people come up to me and say, Ryan, great event, trust me, it is beyond me. And especially to consistently do this type of event, the team is what makes it happen. So my heart is in their hands because they definitely got it done. I appreciate them.
So Fitnet says, I need to clone myself. Has that been done already? Neutronic says, I biked there. Ha ha.
So Evan, he sells electronic bikes, and he did a presentation about the bikes that he sells and how they're safer. Something I didn't even know about. So thanks for being there and being able to share.
Come on the show,
presentations. Evan. I almost forgot. So Catherine and Melissa, a shout out to them. They're the co-founders of Nobellum. So Nobellum, they support Black tech entrepreneurs. So they were able to bring their team to help share how to pitch. And that went nicely because it was after our entrepreneurs. We had about 10 entrepreneurs pitch for grand prizes. And shout out to Billy Grant, and oh my gosh, Narobe, used to be Don G, and Khalil Dorval were the top 3 winners. So Billy
so Don G won something?
Yes.
I personally mentored that lady, so she called me late last night. I didn't take the call, but I'm so excited. I am so Don G.
Presentations were on point and
good stuff.
To those that were pitching for the first time and came out their comfort zone. I love it.
Well, I will tell people, even I came out there for 2 hours. I said, you know what? I didn't want to let ACBN down. I didn't want to let Shirley down. I didn't want to let the audience down. So I was only there for a short bit. I spent more time with the content creators than I did with the audience. But I said, even then, just spending time and getting introduced to other content creators. And many of them I did not know. And some of them we knew each other online, like Oliver Levy. I hadn't met Oliver before. So it was good to meet him. So let's have some more content here. Ryan, your closing speech was phenomenal. Yes, I learned from him. Fitness IQ.
Right.
Latanya says, yes, sorry, couldn't make it. Too many competing events. Yes, that's the thing, family.
Right.
Too many competing events. Yes. And Charmaine, I know, and she fell that morning and hurt her hand.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
So we tried to let her just take it easy.
No, that's not her. That's no. She don't do that. Empo Graphics, good to see you. And I think I met you on the way out. Gotcha. Great event both days. DF Media, I salute you, good sir. If you are listening or not, continue success. Yes. Andre Smith says it was a power-packed event. Yes. Neutronic BK, thank you, Ryan. Ray, good morning, John. Ryan, Chris Beth, and team definitely did an amazing job, particularly in having a keynote speaker of the caliber of Dr. George Fraser. Great reconnecting with everyone. There you go. One of the co-founders
of ACBN. Yes.
And he was there for both days.
Yes.
So when Ray's there for both days, it's a serious event, family. It's a serious event because Ray has many different things that you can do with his time. So he invested it in there. So, and if you don't know who Ray was, he was the sharpest dressed person in the room.
Right.
So,
Both days, yes.
Both days, infographics. I see you, bless. So Ryan and I were chatting yesterday, and I asked Ryan a question. I don't know if I should I ask this question?
I would love to hear the feedback from the audience on.
So live audience, right? So here's the question. Did those who went to the event, ACBN event, or other that on the weekend, and we're just putting it out there, do you feel you got more value going to the ACBN event, or would you have rather spent the whole amount of money going to the Black Diamond Ball?
I'll let it simmer, because it's a tough question to ask.
That's why I'm asking it.
Audiences. I think some that did attend the symposium did actually say they were going to the Black Diamond Ball. So it'd be curious to ask them what, and let's make it even broader. The events that are happening during Black History Month, are they providing value? And if you attend, because like I said, you're spending your time to attend this thing, is it just to kind of feel good and attend and meet people? Or should these events be more about actually getting work done? And then maybe there needs to be a balance. Maybe both need to exist because they serve at different purposes. But yeah, I feel after the whole lockdown, I'm very specific about where I spend my time now. There's no more just randomly attending things. It's very specific. So I'm sure a lot of other people are feeling the same way. And that's where...
So Christopher's saying, controversial question. Well, that's why you're on the Morning Vibe, right? ACBN FitNets, because we're able to have a relaxing event to network. Yeah, right. And family, I don't mind if you do these Black Diamond Balls, but let me put it this way. And I said to Ryan yesterday when we were on the phone. If you took 20% of all the money that was spent, not just the admission tickets, but I mean buying your gowns, buying your shoes, buying your outfits, etc. And hey, I know we should all celebrate, but we need to do more than celebrate, family. We got work to do.
Right.
This is just me. But you think about, I'd be very interested to say, what would be a conservative estimate of all the money that was spent that night?
That'd be an interesting number.
Right?
And then, as Tim mentioned during his presentation, what's the return on investment? You're spending all this money. Are you getting that return?
I'm just saying, right? So Christopher says, Natalie goes, they should add value both personally and professionally. Christopher says, it would be nice to have some events all collaborate and intertwine together. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, unfortunately.
There must be a way. I
see the gala as a way to show off and look good and not actually connect. Symbolism. Tristan says, TBH, though time to build infrastructure is now. Okay. Yes. Ray says, with balls and galas have their purpose, I have no interest in attending such. And in my time in Canada, have never attended one. I find them to be overdressed parties. ACBN's event has more purpose. Okay. Hayden goes, what does anyone get from going to a ball except to be seen and be seen? Okay. Fitness IQ says, plus my bias is based on personal finance trainer. Okay. But interesting. Hayden's comment. What does anyone get from going to a ball set to be seen and be seen? Okay.
Well, and that's where now, how do we use that type of event and leverage it to get work done? Because it draws a lot of people, and maybe the Black North Gala is figuring out how to draw a lot of people and then use that to empower the community. I would love to hear the blueprint of that.
Althea says, could be a great opportunity to network.
Could be. Yeah,
Could be.
and that's where if you're able to go to a gala and meet somebody that can, hey, grow your business, or you can help them grow their business.
Great.
Then
Okay.
it definitely has its purpose.
So I don't mind about people using the word network, but you know what I say a lot of times? A lot of people's net ain't working.
And
I'm
what
not
this,
saying,
what
I'm just
George
saying.
Fraser said, that people network but don't follow up. So,
Follow up, and it's all in the follow up and follow through.
but then if that
So-
doesn't happen, the networking is
It's
fucked.
useless.
Right. So it has to be purposeful. It can't just be, in theory,
Yeah.
that I'm at this event and I met people, but it didn't materialize into anything.
Right. So the thing is, people who gave me their business card on Saturday, by yesterday evening, I had already sent them a video message. So what they do with it is up to them. But I said, okay, done all that, it's done. Right. So
Right.
Christopher Lawrence says, a portion of tickets should go helping businesses that win business pitches, not saying, just saying.
That I would not turn that down, because that would be a way to kind of interconnect what's happening.
Not this, and this, I'm glad. This is why I put the question out there, family. Ryan was going, oh, yes. So I'm going to put it out there. That is always the question. Is networking celebrating enough and necessary?
Right.
Good question. Good question. Fitness agrees with Raymond and Hayden. Esra says some people are truly not practicing what they're preaching. I'll let that simmer. Louise Noel Ambrose, what is up, Louise? LOL, Dr. Vibe. Yes, purposeful networking. Again, when is your networking? That's all I'm going to ask. Right?
Absolutely.
Hayden says the best place to network is at a networking work. That's its purpose.
Well, and that's when I've attended my gala or two.
But you're the gala king.
But
you know what? We should make a crown for you and say gala. You know?
I'll get my Burger King king hat that my kids get. But you really don't have time to create meaningful conversations at these type of events. It's really it's almost like a show, so you're at the show, maybe you get to talk to a few people, but really, people are at the, what's it called, the backdrop taking pictures, and it's not, and you can't engage with people because really they're not, your first priority isn't to network. It's usually something else. It's like to eat food and just kind of have a good time. A lot of times they don't want to talk business. It's more a time of
celebrate. Fitness IQ Cam says, I definitely have to add the video follow up.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not. I just talk about it. It works for me. Okay, let's go. Christopher Lawrence says his organization, Frequently Event Promotions, will be hosting a startup business networking event, looking for sponsors. Meow. All right, put your plug in. Aldafina, I heard Aldafina, you bought a ticket for something.
Hey, Aldafina.
All right,
we are gonna see you there. Trust me.
Okay. Now hold on.
It was
Ray,
so good meeting you in
Ray has a
person.
comment. I am agreeing with Ray 100%. This the word network is overused and has minimal value in our community. Facts to me. If events of that magnitude aren't raising $100,000 to reinvest, it's time well wasted, in my opinion. I agree.
That's an interesting question. Where does the money go?
Again, I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
That would be because it's been going on for a few years. Like all of these events.
Yep.
Where does the money go?
Yep.
That is quite an interesting question.
And I'm gonna add another layer. Hold on just a second. Okay. Ray, successful networking and connecting is organic. If it is forced, nothing meaningful doesn't usually I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Aldafina says, I am so excited. She's going to the PNC. And Christopher goes, drop the mic back on front foot because of Ray's comments. But no, I really I like that, success and organic. Now, and I'm going to be honest here. I am going to be very curious to see through Shirley's energies, bringing all these content creators together, how many people, A, say they would like to have a further conversation with any of the content creators, and see if they follow up with them.
Well, that's where Shirley took it upon herself to make sure that people marked off which content creators that they want to connect with. They
I
put
agree.
their contact info.
And
So she's
again.
gonna make it happen. Like there ain't
no. See, now this is what if I'm Shirley, this is my suggestion I give to Shirley. Give the information to the person that's interested, not to the content creator.
No. Well,
because why should the content creator be chasing that business person down?
No, not the content creator. Shirley is the matchmaker.
I agree. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, the content creators got to follow up and follow through.
Agreed.
Right?
Yes.
Right? Simple as that. Okay. Fitnet says, asking Tox and Joanne to bless this podcast. Okay. Hayden says, one event is to socialize, the other event is to educate or inform about businesses. Yeah. That's where the Black Diamond Ball is. It's a socialized event. But I'm going, I really be curious. A few questions. How much money did everyone spend that night?
Well, just how much was generated from the ticket sales alone,
and okay, so,
number,
right? And I just be curious that, look at this. Mike Toy says, yes, hard to have meaningful conversations. Effective networking requires personal skills and the right structure for an event. Ryan knows what he's doing. There you go.
Shout out to Mike, executive director of SEDNet. Definitely an organization an entity that organizations should be part of, because they're connecting social enterprises and also social focused organizations across Canada. So thank you for being here, Mike. Appreciate you.
All right. Side note, huge congrats to Michelle Can from Althea Therapy, who won the nationwide Black Pitch competition, $25,000 for her business.
That was through BEBC. So the online event that you're on, they did the pitch competition. Congrats.
Yes, good
That's
stuff.
Amazing.
I would definitely like to have all these people on the show. Aldefina says, you see, family, you're driving this conversation. We're just reading and commenting here. So Aldefina says, sharing info both ways, exchange would be better. Not everyone made to do it at the tables. Fitnet says, agree, Hayden, but we love to celebrate instead of educating and collaborating. Many of us do. I 100% agree. We love the symbolism. We love the symbolism.
But this is where, when we're counting the amount of celebratory events that happen in Black History Month versus the amount of educational events, that's where there's a misbalance.
There you go. Ray says, it was refreshing to see many 20 and 30-year-olds in the room Friday and Saturday. Well, they couldn't afford the Black Diamond Ball, so, I had the pleasure of speaking to many. I must say the future looks bright. Kudos to ACBN and what they do.
And can I lean into that just for a little bit? Thank you to the young entrepreneurs. Some of them were part of our program with Delta Family Resource Center. Being able to create a youth entrepreneurship program, have them learning every Saturday about building their business, and then come in person. A couple of them were even called up on stage during the presentation, the how to pitch your business presentation. They had to pitch on the spot, and I'm so proud of them. Jor from Third Sense Candles and Khalil, who's building a subscription personal chef business. So I'm proud of my kiddos.
So all of you, that were doing these presentations, why aren't you touching base with Ryan to be on the morning vibe? I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Hey,
all right,
make it happen.
Andre says, how much everyone spent, how much goes back toward Black vendors, would like to know. Good question.
We were also asking the question, was there Black media covering it? As we're talking a lot about Black media, are we being purposeful about Black media covering
Well,
these events?
I will say I wasn't approached, but Ryan, you were saying they were doing all stuff on City, etc.
I saw
CP24 and
Shantae
all
Moore
that.
being interviewed on CP24,
Yeah.
either Good Morning or City TV. At least 4 interviews on like
Okay. There you go.
TV.
We don't matter. All right. Yeah, Andre, you know what I'd suggest you do? You go to the Black Diamond Ball site. I'm gonna suggest this, and I'd love to hear what happens. Go to the Black Diamond Ball site and ask that question.
Right.
I'm serious. Andre, please, if you can, do that. I would love to hear what the answer is. And with proof. Christopher says, Ryan and Vibe love to create a series of pitch competitions with you both. Where can we ask organizations and invest funds to go in their business? We'll take that offline. Ask Rosanna Bullock. Thanks for your contribution, especially for the first time. Yes. Write on about the follow-up. Hence, I say, practice what we're preaching. There she goes.
Right.
Christopher says, last point, Ryan, could ACBN do more symposiums again, if at all possible? Reach out to him directly. He's the rainmaker.
That's I'll bring that up to Charmaine. Her head might
explode. Yes, she's a rainmaker.
What?
Dr. Vibe, don't bad me up. I learned about the gala the night of. I did not know about the gala till I don't even know it. Maybe I really didn't. I'm in a different world, so I didn't hear about it, to be honest with you. Hayden says, OMG, thanks, Ray. You're so right. Our future is looking bright. That's why we do these things. Ray, I love Khalil's energy, Ryan. Met Aldofino, Odessa, and Andrea, and many others. I feel good. They will do well. They got this. Excellent. Stay away from the galas. And please remember what Ray is saying. Andre, so yes. Do I please, Andre, I'd be very interested.
That'd be too good. Oh man.
Evangelist Andre Jack Bucknor, I would like to come on from Restart.
Okay, Restart.
Well, I'll give my contact information after. People say, you know what I love? People say, oh, Dr. Vibe, how can I come on your show? Just ask.
Yes.
So just ask. If you want to come on the morning vibe, just ask. Right? Yes. Really, we're not City Pulse News or like. Just ask.
Absolutely.
Nothing hard. Don't make it difficult. Look at this. Andre, not Andrea. Autocorrect. No problem. It's all right. No problem. Evangelist, yes. Okay, no problem. But yeah, so the next time we're on people on Friday, it's Wayne Harris. But here's the question. February's going to be done.
Yeah, we need like a report card for Black History Month. How did we do? Did we progress?
What measurement?
Value?
We have to use but on the gala scale, I think we got an A+.
Definitely for frequency and quantity and scale. We knocked that out of the park.
Symbolism is at its best. But no, and I'm not knocking the Black Diamond Ball. I'm not, but I'm just saying, are we making best use with the opportunities we're given?
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, so here we go. Rogers Communication was the Black Diamond Ball's media partner. There is your answer why many Black media was not there. There you go. So we don't matter.
Gotcha.
Exactly. We don't matter.
Because man, it should still
we don't.
Like,
we
do they
don't
have
matter.
Exclusivity? Like, because they're there.
That's a good question, but which leads to another question I thought about last evening. Is the Black environment really now getting into classism?
Well, and we can answer that question just by observing our actions, because like you kind of threw it out there where you said, I didn't even know about the Black Diamond Ball was happening because I'm in a different world. Like, we've segmented ourselves, and so there's no real interconnectivity that an entity like an event like that doesn't really support. And I could be wrong. The founders, actually, we should ask them to come on and be like, hey, tell us about like the organizers of the Black Diamond Ball.
Black Diamond Ball,
to say, how does it, to answer Andre's question, how does it connect and benefit and empower the Black community beyond everybody feeling good? That 100% A+ people. I saw the pictures, I saw the videos. Everybody looked stunning and happy. People had a good time. Now, does that empower the community long term? Is that just symbolism, as you mentioned, where it's a quick hit, a quick fix, adrenaline and hype, but then the next day everybody's back to trying to navigate these barriers? Could it do more to help ease these barriers, alleviate barriers, introduce us to potential networks that can amplify our businesses? There's a lot that could be done with it. Now, how do we bring people to the table so that we can actually work on that?
It's actually interesting because I know a few years ago I was actually invited to the media launch of the Black Diamond Ball, and I think at that time the organization was hiring the PR. So I don't know who was an organization run by a melanated lady, but if Rogers is now so that's why. Okay, CP24, Rogers own right, now it makes sense. Now it's to connect the dots. Now it connects the dots. All right. So really, so we are really showing the classism within our own. And it concerns me because you know what makes it worse? When we think that the biggest enemy we face are those who don't look like us. This is an example, in my opinion, the biggest enemy is us.
And I want
in a lot of cases, because
that is the better enemy that we can actually influence. If we are our own worst enemy, I feel we have a better chance of working with each other to alleviate that than our enemy being external to us and we can't really change their hearts and minds.
I just want to, and we're going to get to some more comments in just a second. We're in a little bit of bonus time. So Tim, you have a little bit of expertise in this, as I know. With the arrangement with that a Black Diamond Ball would have with Rogers, would that include that Rogers would handle any media and would not allow any other media partners regardless? So, for example, because I'd be interested to know in that arrangement, would that mean that Rogers has it locked down all media pre and during the event? I'd be interested to know, and maybe you don't know that, but I'd be interested to see what that arrangement is. So let's go back to here. S. Rosanna Bullock says, at Tim Frey, word. Andre says, use too many names. LOL. Natalie says, the workshops from Black Diamond are the same and provided the information that you learn in grade 12 business class. Just saying. Oh, gosh. Fitness IQ Cam. Classism has been having from time. Adolfina says, exactly, Ryan. So many segments, no unity. Damien says, great event on Saturday, Ryan. I love the energy and the love. I left inspired.
I appreciate you, Damien.
Christopher says, well, I think if we wanted to know where the money went, or at least most of it, is the ball not a for-profit? I think it's a corporation. It's a for-profit. It's not a.
I would believe so.
It's not a not. It's not.
But not look at that. To what Natalie is saying, that would be a great way to connect with the Black entrepreneurship ecosystem, organizations that are mandated to support Black businesses. Suddenly the Black Diamond Ball is doing entrepreneurship support. Why? Like
what? That's
what Natalie's talking about. Like, I know they started it last year where they started doing sessions in partnership with RBC. Bring in some of the other organizations so that they can get some shine from this great spotlight that the Black Diamond Ball brings. I heard the media person call it the peak of Black History Month, like the the shining event of Black
Yes,
History
yes,
Month.
I heard that tagline.
Right? So now share some of that shine. But instead, they're going to create their own entrepreneurship sessions.
Oh, the more I
Clearly,
know,
they're not
the more I
doing
know,
this
the less I
well.
understand.
It's like we can do so much better.
Ray says classism is an innate part of our culture, Dr. Vibe. I'm aware of that. I hear you. It's part of our remnants of our colonial history. It is now filtered into Black Canada because a few folks have a few dollars in their pocket. Yep. Fitness IQ. Damien, thanks for the CBT chat link. You got to catch up there, Fitness IQ. If you're really serious,
Yes.
you go for the paid version. Hayden Morrison, by
yes.
classism, we're really saying a more subtle of racism. House versus yard.
We
Love
still have
that
to
take.
battle that.
Right. That is internal racism. Yep. Say it, Dr. Vibe. We ask for change without changing ourselves. Love that take.
Yes.
And Cherie, a lot of new people today. That's what we're doing. Bonus time. Fantastic.
Love it.
Guys, loving the conversation. Can't both events not coexist? There's audience for both. Also, I remember a time we were asking for allies. Organizations could feel they're doing their part. Just an observation. And Cherie, I fully agree with you, but you know what the difficulty is? Ego.
But that's where, and it 100%, that is where, if we understand the puzzle pieces that we each play, but the puzzle pieces have to be connected. It can't be the Black Diamond Balls happening over here, and then Keen Realty Group is happening over here, ACBN's happening over here, Black Physicians is happening over here. Like, if we combine, and I don't even know what this looks like. Like it's something new for us to try.
Ego.
Let's try collaboration.
Again, I haven't had a chance to say it for a long time. Trauma, repetition, symbolism. Perfect. Next.
Imagine like the power that would be there if we were connected.
Estros anabolic. Amen, Dr. Vibe. We are our worst enemy. Louise, let me know when you have the Black Diamond team to clarify. I'll try. It's not a high. All of you are more on priority to me than what, and I'm just saying than what the Black Diamond Ball is doing, because obviously they have two different visions. We have two different visions right now. I will reach out to them in time, but Ryan and myself and others, we want to hit the ground. We want to hit the people at the ground floor who can't afford whatever to go to a Black Diamond Ball. Right? Ray says, I disagree, Ryan. If the enemy is us and within, we have a bigger battle ahead. I think we do.
Okay.
I agree. I think we, and Ray, the next time you call on, let's talk about, I think we've got a bigger battle because, and I agree with Ray, it's us. A lot of it is us.
But then we have the ability to change ourselves. It's very difficult to change other people.
No,
so
but
I'd love to continue this conversation.
Change is difficult, period. And for a lot of people, changing themselves is the most difficult thing.
Okay.
Natalie says Roger does all the media, RBC does all the finance. So there you go. Thank you, Natalie.
Right.
There you go.
Didn't it used to be TD? Oh, I guess it's shifted to RBC.
Okay. Christopher says perhaps the ball may be willing to invest. Maybe. Okay. Let's facilitate the conversation
first. Is talking about. Oh, sorry.
The main reason some corporations have or may be inserting corporate social responsibility to the community. Well,
because if that was top of mind, then we would see the connection.
Yes,
but since it's not top of mind, we're not seeing the connection.
Right.
So how do we
say when people show you who they are? That's who they are.
Do they say believe them?
Right? Because I don't think. I'm not going to make assumptions. I hope that they don't have their head to say, hey, we could help out these other organizations. No, let's do it ourselves. And okay. Wassell says, LOL, Natalie. Damien says, hey, Camila, great to see you on Saturday. Make sure you take the steps and try it out. She will.
She's already been trying it out.
She's already been trying it. Estros Zanabel says, we are not good to us as we should. This divides us, hence why others are taking from us.
Gotcha.
Okay, Tim Frey says, to answer your question, Dr. Vibe, they are a partner, not a sponsor. So knowing the brain trust, they would have locked down at least 80% control of the media output, but I don't know the details. Thank you for the update. I appreciate that.
Gotcha.
Okay. So Rogers was the official title and sponsor. Great. Exactly, Ryan. Collaborative approach would be much more powerful. We are stronger together.
Yes.
S. Rosanna Bullock. Black emphasis is not only for the month of February. Thank you very much. We need to change this. Thank you very much. Christopher Lawrence says, quote, silos are real, but the politician earlier said it the best. We have to be effective communicators. Have we tried reaching out the ball for added support? Okay, it's a two-way street. They can.
I would say it has been tried. I wouldn't say I pressed to say like, hey, what can be done? But did they answer? We tried to coordinate the meeting, and it didn't quite. That wasn't this year though. That was the last year, and then I didn't try this year. So I will take a little bit of that. That we haven't really pushed it.
Lack of connectivity with a very small population of 1.4 million folks isn't much giving the distribution of income. Well, yeah, exactly. Remember, folks, there's only 1.4 million of us in this country. So when we are in silos, that makes it really different. If there were 14 million of us, that'd be different. But because it's a small population, it's not a good look. And Hayden says, which event does the community benefit from? Ho, ho, ho! Maybe that's all we should be concerned about.
But shouldn't that be and I mean, well, people, when they put on events, and let's use ACBN as an example, we can explain how we feel that it benefits the community. So every single organization, when they're planning their event, they are thinking that they are benefiting the community. Black Diamond Ball, Black North Gala, whatever symposiums are happening, all of the organizers, myself included, we feel we are doing something positive to support the community. Now, it's not up to us, the organizers, to answer that question. That question should go to the attendees and then people that even didn't attend. Saying like, how did this event actually inspire you, empower you, support you in some way? But nobody, how do we track that? Like, we have to be able to be critical of each other to say, are we actually delivering and adding value to people's lives, you know?
Okay. So we got to start winding it down. Great bonus time, but let's get some more quick things here. Cher says, I agree. The lack of collaboration results in such an overlap of certain services and a lack of others, which is frustrating. I hear that a lot more every day. What else? S. Rosanna Bullock. Yes, Dr. Vibe, we have to believe when people show us who they are. Damien, I went to the ball, had a good time, love seeing all the Black people dressed up and having a good time. It'd be good to have collaborations with all the events. They will have to continue to change. Okay.
Yes.
Tim Frey, just celebrate Black history, period. Support Black charities. Great organization that Tim is part of.
True.
Christopher, could we create a small business ball? Interesting. Interesting. Why? That's a great question. Have the anti-black ball, anti-black diamond ball.
No, the anti-diamond.
That well, maybe you get it. You get a tent. You get a lot of people who could afford.
We need to create the anti-gala.
Anti-gala. Yes,
that's what we're gonna do.
Or so Damien says. So they will need the support from others. I agree, Christopher. Need to reach out and get attention. Tim Ray says, to understand the value of the ACBN, they just have to speak to the attendees, and that this has been the way since 2017 and getting better. Learn, earn, and grow. I think that's a phrase that Dr. George Fraser used, I believe, also. Follow-up interactions and undervalue and key for progression. Agreed. S. Rosanna Bullock. One of my favorite quotes is by Mahatma Gandhi. Quote, be the change we want to see in the world. Change starts with us. Hayden, finally disagreements with Ryan. Some things are purely for profit and self-promotion. Don't understand. Okay, all right. Aldefina, yes, anti-gala, LOL.
Yes.
And Christian says, Damien, I will connect offline. So family, whoo, wow, we got through all of you. Plus, we had Arielle at the front end.
Man, we appreciate y'all. This was awesome conversation.
And I think this will just be more to come. So thank you so much for everything today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So a few things. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube. If you do, also hit the like button. Like it on Facebook or wherever you're watching it. Please subscribe. Also, would you like to promote your business or service on our show? Contact the Dr. Vibe Show at dr@thedrvibeshow.com. You can watch replays of this thing we do that's not sponsored by Rogers. Yeah, and I don't mind sponsorship. That's okay, but whatever. And I lost. So all the different places are showing at the bottom. The Morning Vibe, you can watch replays on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, Facebook and LinkedIn, Afro-Caribbean Business Network, Facebook and YouTube, and Ryan Oneil Knight on YouTube. So we have a whole bunch of things coming up on Friday. We have Wayne Harris.
Financial Fridays.
Financial First Fridays. So that is coming up on Friday. And again, for those who are still here, this is Arielle's email address. I'm going to put up one more time.
So for those just joining a little bit late, our Member of Parliament in London, Arielle Kayabaga, and she's also the chair of the Liberal Black Caucus. So if you have ideas, definitely send her an email.
She said she gave permission to put her email address. So I said I asked her a few times.
Yes.
Okay, so here we're going to clear out. Okay. Neutronic, thank you, doctor. Thank all of you. Astrozana just subscribed. Thank you. Fitnets IQ Cam, amazing conversation. Thank you. You're doing a good thing here, Dr. Well, it's all of us. It's not me. It's through me and through Ryan. It's not us, because you guys drove the conversation. You get sick and tired of listening to myself. It's the audience. Yeah. It's co-creative. So Friday we have coming up Wayne Harris, Financial First Fridays, and then reach out to me. We haven't done it in a while. On Friday we'll announce the next date where we'll invite you to come on live with us.
Yes.
We haven't done that for a while. We're going to invite you to come on with us live and chop it up with us live. Well, when's the round table? So that's
minds are in sync.
There's a number of different things going on in the background. Let's put it that way. There's a few things that I got to work on that to make happen. But for those who don't know, starting last Friday, we now at the last Friday of each month have a writer or writers from BuyBlacks.com, which is Black Canada's #1 online magazine, coming onto the show. So we had a lady on last Friday. So the last Friday of every month. So you see that? We reached out to a Black media content provider.
Yes.
All right. A Black Canadian content, #1 online Black Canadian magazine. So they'll be featuring their writers at the end of each month on this platform. Was that hard? No. What did we do? We just asked.
Yes.
And we realized it's going to benefit everybody involved. Entry, thank you. Please become a regular. PJ Okpara. Sorry if I got your name wrong. It's my head, not my heart. Thanks, Ryan. Well, Ryan rules all, man.
Right.
He's got all gone. So we'll see y'all on Friday.
Yes.
Thanks for making an epic conversation today. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions and aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourselves grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. God bless. Peace be all. Keep the faith. And we will see you. Oh, we got 2 more comments. So let you 2 on. S. Rosanna says, clap hands and hearts from he loves you all. Right. That was Peace.
Oh, Peace. So a quick note, Peace runs an organization called CASE, Community Alliance for Supporting Empowerment. and we were able to give out one of our first community grants to their organization, $1,000 to support the work they do with seniors and youth in the community. So thank you, Peace, for being there, and we're looking forward to working with you more.
Amazing.
Yes.
And Louise gets the last comment. Remain blessed. Have a good week. We'll see you on Friday. Au revoir.